That tone is god-awful, isn't it? Or is it? That was the intro to Walk by Pantera using Dimebag's unique as f*** guitar tone, and that is just one illustration of a point I want to make to all the guitar tone snobs out there. No tone is inherently good or bad, it's all about how you use it. You know, it's funny for me to listen to guys argue about tube amp overdrive versus new digital tones and acting like their old school understanding of tone is more cultured. You know what's old school? No distortion. Distortion didn't come about until the late 1940s with players like Junior Bernard, who made his own humbucker to get a louder tone that pushed his little amp. Or when guys started cranking 18-watt Fender super amps to make the vacuum tubes clip, or even guys that were poking holes in the speaker cones. There was an entire generation of old school players at that time who thought this distortion crap was utterly ridiculous and that players using it knew nothing about tone. I tried to find a video of one of these old 1940s musicians complaining about what crap this new distorted tone was, but I couldn't find anything online. So if you happen to know of anything, please post it in the comments below. Anyway, my point is that any tone is good if it's the tone that inspires the expression. For instance, I can plug into my Axe Effects here and play this wacky special effects tone and see where it leads me. I get a cool riff idea that is all about that tone. If I play that same riff with my Vox AC20, it's not as cool, right? But if I sit down to play and I'm feeling all classic rock, then I'm going to want the Vox tone and that other one is going to sound awful to me. Now these examples are in the extreme, but they really illustrated the same point guys make when they talk about modelers and software as being too digital sounding. Even though a lot of these things started off selling themselves as recreations of your favorite amps, my take on it is that they are amps unto themselves. So yeah, that there is a digital attempt at a PV5150 amp, and it's more compressed and tight sounding than the real amp, but that's exactly what the kind of music calls for. If I didn't get that tone out of the modeler, I'd be having to crunch it down in post-processing in the studio. Like it or not, those new digital sounds are the sounds of a generation of music and are as emotionally relevant to the people writing with them as favorite old amp tones are to the guys from my generation. And everything I said here applies to clean tones as well. So whether you're an old tone snob or a new player, take a step back and listen to the tone you're playing with. See where it leads you instead of trying to lead it. Every tone is valid in its own right, it's just a matter of finding a proper and inspired use of it. There's nothing wrong with wanting a different tone than what you're hearing in a moment when you have a specific use in mind, but what I'm saying is not to talk down about a tone just because it doesn't fit your use. Nothing new and exciting was ever created by trying to be the same as before. Hey, if you like gear reviews and lessons that come from unique perspectives, please consider subscribe to the channel here. It's free and well... Hey friends, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It makes the whole world better.